This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, June 8th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Late last week, Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman announced that he is putting a supplemental budget package together for $1.8 million to provide funding for body-worn cameras for the police department. In a statement, Pittman said, "I don't know what it feels like to dread an interaction with police, but residents of our county who experience that fear tell me that the transparency offered by cameras can help. I also don't know the anxiety that our officers experience when working to prevent violence, sometimes through the use of force. They tell me that the transparency offered by cameras can help. Doing this is smart policy in any time, and I'm glad that we now have the political support to make it happen." This proposal is now going to outfit all of the county police officers with body-worn cameras, as well as funding new positions in the police department and the state's attorney's office to administer, review, and provide technical support for the program. And in another common sense bit of news, the Maryland State Department of Education has granted Anne Arundel County schools a waiver to allow parents to pick up meals for their children without having their children present starting today. The county schools serve 3 free meals a day, a hot lunch, a cold dinner, and a breakfast each weekday to children 2 to 18 at 60 locations across the county, and currently they've supplied more than 1.3 million meals. Previously, adults had to accompany their children in order to receive the meals. Now, they can do that without them. They do need to call and register in advance, and their names are going to be placed on a roster at the pickup location to make sure they are entitled. Seems like a very simple solution to a problem that didn't really even need to exist, if you ask me. If you have business at the Motor Vehicle Administration, good news for you, they are starting to open their offices a little bit later today. Here in Anne Arundel County, the only office that will be opening up is the Glen Burnie one. If you do go there, you will need your face coverings. Now, it is only open by appointment only, and it's only going to be handling branch-required services, which include learner's permits, commercial driving tests, non-commercial driving tests, renewing driver's license and identification cards, and title work. To get an appointment, you want to go to mvascheduling.mva.maryland.gov, and currently that is not active because they are working through the backlog of people that had appointments scheduled that had to be canceled because the branches closed down. Keep in mind that anything that has an expiration date is still valid for 30 days until Governor Hogan lifts the state of emergency, which has not been lifted yet. So the MBA is asking that if your license is expiring or ID card is expiring sometime in the future, hang off on scheduling appointments so they can get through that. Nobody likes to think about getting old, or certainly our parents getting old, but it is a fact of life. And actually, if you're wondering how you can afford this and how to plan for this, there may be a free webinar in your future that you may be interested in. Bay Village, which is the new memory care center at Bay Ridge Road and Edgewood Road, sort of behind the Starbucks and the CVS there, have partnered with Vintage Financial Partners to bring you a webinar tomorrow at 12:30. Brian Ettinger, who's a partner of Vintage Financial, it's a local firm that will provide professional guidance on how to prepare for what you or your loved ones need in the golden years. You can register for that at eyeonannapolis.net. It's one of the top stories there. Or you can go to integracare.com/bay-village. And finally, as we wrap it up, kudos to Homestead Gardens. They have partnered with the West Annapolis Pop-Up Pantry to help anybody that has been affected by COVID-19 in our own backyards. Now, the Annapolis Pop-Up Pantry is providing tons and tons and tons of food, and I don't exaggerate that when I say tons of food, to local needy families in our area. And Homestead Gardens is helping them out. If you go to Homestead Gardens and you shop and you just round up your purchase to the nearest dollar, once they hit $5,000, Homestead is going to kick in another $5,000 for a total of $10,000 to be donated to the West Annapolis Pop-Up Pantry so they can buy more food and get more food to people that are in need. You can check out more at homesteadgardens.com, or you can go to eyeonannapolis.net. We've got information about it there. Or you can go to the West Annapolis Business Affiliation page and find out more about the West Annapolis Pop-Up Pantry. All right, as I said, that does it for today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day. We do update these stories and more as they come in. If you're someplace you can give us a rating or a review, please do that as well. And let your friends, family, and colleagues know how to download a podcast, how to download this one, and how to subscribe. It is Monday, so we do have Ann Alsina with your Monday Money Report. And as we have every single day of the week, we have George Young standing by with your local DMV weather forecast. All of that coming up in just 1 minute. But first, solar energy services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland, wishing you good health and a rapid return to prosperity. Uncertainty is one of the hardest parts of our current situation. As we move towards our new normal, you may want to consider adding more certainty to your financial future by locking in the low cost of clean solar energy. The economics of solar are tremendous, and there's no better source than a trusted team at Solar Energy Services. Residential solar projects typically earn the homeowner 8 to 12% annually over the life of the system, with even better returns for commercial systems. If you have some downtime now, take advantage of our powerful remote design capabilities, allowing one of our experienced solar designers to provide a presentation, followed by a detailed, accurate proposal, all from a safe distance. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's a wasted, but together we'll get through this.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, June 8th. Yesterday was a great finish to a nice weather weekend across Anne Arundel County, and today will be equally as nice with tons of sunshine and highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Then conditions warm back up into the mid-80s to lower 90s Tuesday and Wednesday with a chance of showers and storms late Wednesday into Thursday morning, with highs then in the 85 to 90 range Thursday and Friday before another chance of clouds and showers over the weekend, with high temps back in the 80s each day. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Store. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again because this is a town that gets it, a town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
Your money, managing and investing it can be confusing and sometimes scary. Here to help you put your financial picture into focus is Ann Alsina from CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. The markets continued to recover last week, with the S&P 500 gaining over 5%. We are close to being positive on a year-to-date basis. There are three big factors behind the success of big publicly traded companies. The Fed has provided enormous amounts of liquidity and support to the markets, and traders are expecting the Fed's meeting next week to provide more support. The May jobs report was much better than expected, with the unemployment rate dropping to 13.3%, based on 2.5 million new jobs added in May. Finally, the markets are forward-looking, so they are anticipating the economy restarting and people going back to work. This is great news for our retirement and other investment accounts. It's not a guarantee the economy is fully recovered or will do so anytime soon. We still recommend building cash reserves. We expect there will be a trickle effect as small businesses who have been able to absorb short-term losses begin to feel the impact of the shutdown and phased reopening. If there is a second wave of infections, we may see another drop in the market. Cash reserves are critical. Once you have those reserves, what do you do next? Pay down debt, especially credit card or other non-secured debt. In most situations, I am not a proponent of paying down mortgages, but credit cards, car loans, and student loans, unless you're on a public service loan forgiveness program, are all places to put extra cash. Start with the highest interest rate debt first. If you're already debt-free except for your mortgage, and you're contributing enough to receive the full match on any employer-sponsored retirement plan, such as a 401k or the federal thrift savings plan, then you can look into other investments. Right now, you might be looking at the market and wondering why your accounts are not fully recovered. Chances are you have a diversified portfolio. You don't just own the S&P 500. You probably have smaller and mid-sized U.S. company stocks, some bonds, some international or emerging market stocks. Each of these asset classes is recovering at a different rate. And the companies inside those classes are all different as well. As financial professionals, we recommend a diversified portfolio for one big reason: to limit volatility or ups and downs in your accounts. Based on how long you have until the goal for your investment, college, retirement, a second home, and how much risk you are willing to take, we build portfolios with different amounts of each asset class. We're looking to build a portfolio that will perform within a range that accomplishes your goal while still allowing you to sleep at night. The important thing is to make sure you are on track to reach your goals and not account performance in and of itself. If you want to learn more, join us for one of our virtual education events. You can visit us at CovingtonAlsina.com or on our Facebook page to learn more. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. CovingtonAlsina and Great Valley Advisor Group are separate entities from LPL Financial. All performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial advisor, or tax advisor prior to investing. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with CovingtonAlsina.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.